In this test I have a GS unit which is being controlled by a TPLC Rev A. We can see the TPLC is just placed on top of the unit. Alongside the TPLC is a Bluetooth PicTail, which we will connect an Android phone to, which will control the TPLC. We can see the Bluetooth module is operational because we have the blue light flashing at regular intervals. Here we can see the TPLC is actually controlling the GS unit, switching on the fog roller at regular intervals and switching on the recirculation pump. On the screen of the TPLC is reported the current state of the unit, which is fog roller on, fog roller off, recirculation on, recirculation off, etc., etc. Here I've got an Android phone that we're going to connect over Bluetooth to the TPLC. We've done a connection. Response comes from the TPLC showing the model and the build date and the serial number. One thing we note is that the Android time is 14:13, whereas the TPLC time is 10 o'clock. This is because I've got the GNNS module switched off. If I click set time, it should set the TPLC time to the Android time. And there we are. We see the TPLC time is now correct. There are various options. First one we'll look at is display data. The top text box is showing the sensor values. At the moment there's only one sensor, which is CPU temperature at 19.7 degrees centigrade. The bottom text box should show the runtime data as the various parameters of the system turn on and off. If I switch on the algorithm control, we should see it start to run. There we are. It's entered a cleaning cycle. The service pump came on, it went off. The solenoid valve went on and off, and now we're into the normal running of the fog roller and the recirculation pump. So an engineer can monitor the running of the system using the Android phone. Say we wish to change one of the control parameters. Say we want to change the fog on time from 5 seconds, say, to 7 seconds. We go back and go into set parameters. Here we can see the various parameters of the system. We're going to change the fog roller on time to 7 seconds. We click update. It asks for confirmation, and hopefully it has updated that. So if we go back into display data, we should see the fog roller on time has changed from 5 seconds to 7 seconds. So it's possible for an engineer to change the runtime parameters of the system and see what is happening. The other option is direct control of the pumps and so on via the relays. Here we see the fog rollers on, it'll go off. The recirculation pump should come on in a second, and it should then go off in a second or two. We can obviously, by pressing the buttons, control the various things that are happening. For example, one might want to normal during normal running, turn the solenoid valve on to fill the compartments with hot water, which one could do by clicking on that. To test the individual relays, we need to turn off the control algorithm. The control algorithm is now switched off completely. We have control of the relays by these buttons. I can switch the fog roller on, and we hear it in the background, and off. Recirculation pump on and off. Solenoid pump, service pump on and off, and solenoid valve on and off. So by using this app, it enables an engineer to configure the system, see what is happening when it is running, to test the individual relays, which can then test the pumps and the solenoid valve, etc. So it is a useful app for a service engineer to use to service the GS unit.